What if the real key to healing your body was something ancient, natural, and simple? What if generations of medical research had been quietly buried, suppressed not because it was false, but because it was too powerful? For decades, you've been told to fear saturated fat, to load up on whole grains, to limit red meat, to trust food pyramids built by corporations, not by real science. But deep inside medical journals, behind closed doors, and inside the stories of people who've reversed chronic disease, there lies another truth. A truth being censored, suppressed, ignored. This is not just another diet. This is not keto, not paleo. This is the carnivore way of eating, based entirely on animal foods. And the research proving its power, yes, actual clinical data and case studies, is rarely talked about in mainstream health media. Why? Because it challenges everything. It questions billion-dollar food industries. It upends the foundation of modern nutritional advice. And most importantly, it works. Today, we're going to uncover what they didn't want you to know. The research that was censored. The truths buried in silence. The stories of healing and strength that science tried to erase. Welcome to the truth behind the carnivore diet. The war on red meat. Let's go back. The fear of red meat didn't start with science, it started with flawed assumptions. In the 1950s, an American scientist named Ancel Keys pushed the idea that saturated fat caused heart disease. He cherry-picked data. Ignored countries where people ate a lot of fat but had low heart disease. Yet his 7-country study shaped global dietary guidelines. This was the beginning of the anti-meat agenda. For decades, meat was demonized. Fat was blamed. Cholesterol was feared. But here's the truth that was hidden: multiple studies have shown that saturated fat from animal sources is not linked to heart disease. In fact, it's essential for hormone production, brain function, and cellular health. A 2010 meta-analysis of 21 studies involving over 340,000 people found no significant evidence that saturated fat increases the risk of heart disease. This study was widely ignored by mainstream media. And what about cholesterol? Your body makes 75% of it on its own. Why? Because it's essential. It's used to build hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. The idea that eating cholesterol raises your blood cholesterol and causes heart attacks has been debunked, but the fear still lingers. The food industry, however, had found a new hero: processed grains, vegetable oils, and low-fat foods. The profits were huge. And so, the anti-meat narrative stayed in place. What carnivore really is. The carnivore diet removes all plant foods and relies solely on animal-based nutrition. That means red meat, organs, eggs, fatty fish, bone marrow, butter, and animal fats. Why remove plants? Because plants contain natural defense chemicals. Oxalates, lectins, phytates, tannins. These compounds can harm digestion, block nutrient absorption, and trigger autoimmune reactions in sensitive individuals. For example, oxalates in spinach and almonds can lead to kidney stones and joint pain. Lectins in beans and grains can damage the gut lining and mimic hormones. Phytates block the absorption of essential minerals like zinc and iron. These plant chemicals evolved to protect the plant from being eaten. They were never meant to be your primary food source. On the other hand, animal foods are free from these anti-nutrients. They are bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and use the nutrients easily. Beef liver alone contains more vitamins and minerals than any superfood smoothie. Bone marrow is rich in collagen and healing fats. Egg yolks have choline, a brain-boosting nutrient rarely found elsewhere. And when people go fully carnivore, the results are shocking: autoimmune conditions reverse, energy surges, depression lifts, digestion heals, inflammation drops. Censored case studies and doctors. Let's look at the research that was buried. In 1930, a study was conducted on 2 men, Vilhjalmur Stephenson and Karsten Anderson, who ate nothing but meat for an entire year under medical supervision. No deficiencies. No health decline. In fact, both men maintained excellent health. This was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. But when was the last time you heard about it? Fast forward to today. Dr. Sean Baker, an orthopedic surgeon, went fully carnivore. He reversed his arthritis, improved his strength, and began collecting thousands of success stories from people with autoimmune diseases, obesity, and mental health issues. Dr. Paul Saladino, another medical doctor, healed his eczema and gut issues with carnivore. He's been interviewing others with dramatic healing stories. From Crohn's disease to lupus to severe depression, real people finding real healing. One woman reversed her multiple sclerosis symptoms. Another healed her bipolar disorder. These are not placebo effects. These are biochemical transformations. A survey published in Current Developments in Nutrition analyzed over 2,000 people on a carnivore diet. The results? 95% improved health. 88% improved digestion. 85% improved mental clarity. 93% had better energy levels. Many came off medications. Yet this data was called anecdotal. Not because it wasn't true, but because it didn't align with the mainstream narrative. Why this research is being suppressed? Why would anyone want to censor this information? Follow the money. The plant-based industry is worth billions. From fake meats to seed oils to grain products, these are cheap to produce and highly profitable. When people get healthy eating meat, they stop needing pharmaceutical drugs. They stop relying on supplements. They stop consuming ultra-processed foods. That's a threat to multiple industries. And so, carnivore research is ignored. Scientists who speak out are mocked. Doctors who recommend animal-based nutrition are labeled as quacks. Big tech plays its part too. Social media platforms have shadow-banned carnivore groups. Videos showing healing stories are demonetized or buried by the algorithm. Even keywords like red meat benefits trigger content warnings. And then there's the carbon footprint argument. But here's the real science: regenerative grazing with cows improves soil health and carbon capture. Meanwhile, industrial farming of soy and corn destroys topsoil, pollutes water, and displaces wildlife. The idea that meat is bad for the planet is built on faulty data, often funded by companies that profit from lab-grown meat or grain exports. In truth, the most natural way to eat and live is being silenced by the most artificial systems. The nutrient truth. Animal foods contain every essential nutrient your body needs. Vitamin A, in liver, not in carrots. The form in plants, beta-carotene, must be converted, and many people can't. Vitamin D, only found in meaningful amounts in fatty fish and egg yolks. Vitamin K2, crucial for bone health and heart protection, found only in animal fats and organs. Vitamin B12, entirely absent in plant foods. Deficiency leads to fatigue, brain fog, and nerve damage. Iron and zinc, more bioavailable in red meat than in plants. Omega-3s, DHA/EPA, in fatty fish and grass-fed meat, not found in flax seeds or walnuts in the form your brain needs. Plants are not the solution. They are supplemental at best. Your body is designed for animal nutrients. The people eating nose-to-tail, meat, organs, fat, marrow, bones, are thriving. They are lean, strong, mentally clear, and disease-free. Modern healing stories. Let's look at people who reversed lifelong disease with carnivore. Type 2 diabetes reversed within weeks. Blood sugar normalized without medication. Severe depression lifted after decades of suffering. Brain chemistry balanced through nutrition. Psoriasis and eczema healed after eliminating plant triggers. Bloating, IBS, and reflux gone, no fiber, no grains, just meat. Infertility resolved as hormones balanced through saturated fats. Mothers report better skin, stronger nails, and balanced cycles. Older men regain energy, muscle, and testosterone. Athletes recover faster and gain lean mass effortlessly. These are not rare miracles. These are common outcomes when the body is finally fed what it evolved to eat. How to start? If you're ready to try the carnivore diet, here's how to begin. Start with fatty red meat, ground beef, ribeye, chuck roast. Add eggs, butter, and bone broth for extra nutrients and gut healing. Salt your food, don't be afraid of sodium. It's essential on low carb. Avoid dairy at first, it can be inflammatory for some. Eat when hungry, no need to count calories. Stay hydrated, and increase electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Track your healing, use a journal to monitor digestion, sleep, skin, and energy. Give it 30 days. Then 60. Then 90. Watch your body transform. This is the research that was censored. The truth that was buried. The healing that was hidden. You were never broken. You were misfed. Your body doesn't need pills. It needs nourishment. Real nourishment. Animal foods. Fats. Collagen. Nutrients that only nature can provide. The carnivore diet isn't a trend. It's a return to what your ancestors thrived on. It's the removal of toxic modern food. It's the healing path for a broken system. The next time someone tells you meat is bad, ask them this: why are people healing when they eat only meat? Ask why ancient cultures revered animal fat. Ask why your body craves steak, not soy. And most importantly, trust your results. Trust how you feel. Trust your healing. Because the truth, no matter how censored, will always rise. The carnivore diet is not dangerous. What's dangerous is hiding this truth.